Hello everybody, this is ASMR Facts, back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you all 25 facts about sports betting, and we're going to talk about sports betting in general. Now, I did a video about this topic a while back on my main channel, but I think the facts were a bit too broad. Like, I really want the facts to be about sports betting specifically. And what really inspired me to make this video in particular is I was watching an NFL game yesterday, and I couldn't help but to notice just the sheer amount of sports betting advertisements that came on during the commercial break. Now, whenever I'm watching TV in general, but especially like a sports game, whenever the commercials come on and I'm actually like paying attention to the TV, I will mute the TV because I'm not trying to be subconsciously programmed by commercials. Like, I already can't stand commercials, but I don't want to be subconsciously program. But from time to time, I'll still look at the screen and I'll notice, oh, here's another sports betting commercial. There was one in particular that stands out to me. There was one with LeBron James and Kevin Hart, and it was a DraftKings commercial. And I couldn't help but to wonder, like, why do they use these celebrities that have all these millions and millions of dollars? I mean, isn't LeBron James a billionaire? Billion with a B? According to what I saw a while back, they say he's a billionaire. And I'm sure Kevin Hart has millions and millions of dollars too. It's like they get these ultra rich celebrities and they use them to promote gambling to the masses. Because I think about the fact that 99% of the people that are viewing that commercial are people who probably make anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000 a year to maybe a little over $100,000 a year. Like, you're kind of in that income bracket there. And so, you have to understand that there's a lot of people that will be enticed by that. And it's just a very interesting dynamic when you see that. I don't understand it. But anyway, here is fact number 1. Sports betting ads have increased dramatically since the U.S. legalization expanded after 2018. And I do remember right after that year, I mean, you really saw just a huge increase of the promotion of these sports betting platforms. It was right around 2018, 2019. You just started seeing it more and more. And by the way, after 2018, 2019 or so, I mean, you really saw an increase in the amount of people that are utilizing these gambling addiction hotlines. I mean, it's unfortunate, man. Number 2, most sports betting ads emphasize fun, excitement, and easy money. rarely mentioning risk. Well, yeah, they're not going to tell you that there's a pretty good chance you're actually going to lose money. They're just going to make it seem like, oh, it's so easy. You just have to pick the right team or pick the right over under or whatever, and it's so easy, just like that. And a lot of times you end up losing in the long run, because you have to think about the psychology of gambling in general. What happens is you win a few, and you'll keep on gambling until you eventually lose. Happens to most people. They just don't know when to stop. Number 3, advertising frequently uses risk-free, bonus, or quote, no sweat language, which can downplay losses. And of course, risk-free betting is not truly risk-free. Bonus bets and all this type of stuff, that's just stuff to essentially reel you in. That's to get you hooked on gambling. That's all it is. Number 4, disclaimers about gambling risk are usually brief, fast-spoken, or visually minimized. Well, yeah, they don't want you to truly understand that this is extremely risky, right? And you can lose a lot of money very fast doing this. Of course, they're not going to show you the stories about people who are in $40,000 and $50,000 of debt due to sports betting. They're not going to show you that. They're going to show you, oh, it's so easy to win. They're not going to show you the statistic that most people actually lose in the long run. Number 5, live odds displayed during games encourage impulsive and in-the-moment betting. Yep, that's why they display it. It's not a logical decision. It's a completely emotional, impulsive decision. Devoid of any sort of logic or reasoning. Number 6, in-game betting ads are linked to higher betting frequency compared to pre-game betting. Yeah, that's not surprising. Because when you're actually watching the game, you feel like, okay, all they have to do is do this and I'll win money as you're watching. It's psychological. Number 7, young adults between the ages of 18 and 34 are the most heavily targeted demographic for sports betting ads. And that's the saddest thing, because that demographic is the demographic that has pretty much the least amount of money in terms of like working age people, because older adults are going to have more money. And they know they can't really target older people as much as younger people, because younger people are more likely to gamble, take chances. Older people, they're a bit more, I guess you can say, conservative in terms of what they're willing to risk their money on. And so you can't really target somebody that's 50 or 60 years old. Like someone who's, 50 or 60 something years old, they, in general, obviously not every 50 or 60 year old is responsible with their money, but in general, you're going to have more 50 to 60 year olds that are actually responsible with their money and can see all through this nonsense, versus like someone who's between the age of 18 and 34. Someone between the age of 18 and 34, they may not understand the true value of money, the true value of saving, and they're likely to be out here taking chances with their money. So yeah, no surprise there. Number 8, men are targeted more aggressively than women in sports betting marketing. Yes, it's definitely true. They target men because, I mean, it's sports. I mean, men generally watch sports more so than women do, and men are more likely to take chances with their money, in terms of betting and stuff. And so yes, they do target men more aggressively, young men at that. And statistics show, I mean, a lot more men participate in sports betting in general versus women. And so yeah, that's true. Number 9, sports betting advertisements commonly use celebrities, athletes, and former players to build trust. Yes. And that's what I was talking about earlier. They use these celebrities, athletes, and former players. They do this in order to, again, get you to sports bet, because the thing about it is, people have this weird idolization to athletes and different celebrities and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't really understand that either. At the end of the day, especially like an athlete, like think about a NBA player. Like, that's a guy that's really good at basketball. But at the end of the day, I don't understand idolizing someone like that. Someone who's really, really good at a sport. I don't get it. So, yep, they use celebrities, athletes, former players. And the sad thing, too, is, many of these guys, like, let's be honest, they've made so many millions of dollars. I mean, do they really need to, make an endorsement deal with these sports betting platforms? Like, why not make a endorsement deal with something that's actually going to like help humanity, right? But at the end of the day, all these people really care about is the paycheck. It doesn't matter that sports betting destroys people's finances, has destroyed thousands of people's finances. They don't care about that. They just care about the check they're getting from DraftKings and FanDuel and the likes. Number 10, exposure to frequent betting ads increases the likelihood of trying sports betting for the first time. Yeah. You see that advertisement over and over and over. Get what is one I saw? Spend $5 and get $200 in free bets or some nonsense promotional thing they had going on. That's just to reel you in. That is just to reel you in. Number 11, higher ad exposure is associated with higher spending and more frequent betting. Yep, that is true. That is definitely true. Number 12, sports betting normalizes gambling as part of watching sports rather than a separate activity. And they want you to, in your mind, blur the lines between just watching a game and gambling and watching the game at the same time. It's just a part of watching, right? That's what they want you to think. That's how they get you. Let's see. Number 13, people who already gamble are more likely to increase their bets when they're exposed to advertising. Man. Number 14, betting advertisements can trigger cravings and relapse in people with gambling problems. Yeah, I think somebody who already has issues with gambling, it's almost like a bad idea to really watch a sporting event nowadays because of the sheer amount of gambling, sports betting advertisements that are shown to the masses through these, But let's see. Number 15, problem gamblers are disproportionately affected by advertising compared to casual bettors. Number 16, sports betting is associated with increased risk of financial stress and debt. Yes. Because again, it's designed long term for you not to win. Like, you're not going to win long term. And the fact is, if you win too much, some of these platforms put restrictions on your account. So you're not going to truly win like that no matter what. And yes, people go into debt doing this sports betting thing. Number 17, gambling problems are linked to higher rates of anxiety, depression, and substance abuse. Number 18, sports betting losses can strain relationships and increase family conflict. And it's sad. That's the thing that these people who promote these sports betting platforms don't really think about. They don't think about the effects of the sports betting platform you're promoting to the masses. They're just thinking about that check, but they're not thinking about the issues that this very thing causes. Number 19, some bettors develop a false sense of control due to stats, analytics, and quote expert picks promoted in advertisements. Another thing too is some people, they really question, okay, how is it that, say, a person like a LeBron James can promote, DraftKings? Like, he can be on a DraftKings commercial, but he's still an active player in the NBA. Like, some people would say that that's in and of itself is a conflict of interest. So, number 20, betting apps use notifications and promotions that act similarly to behavioral addiction triggers. Number 21, research shows gambling problems often escalate quietly before becoming visible. And you know what, gambling in general, it's something that you're doing alone. So it's like, it can become a very lonely and depressing cycle that you're going through when it comes to sports betting. Because, think about it. You're doing it on your phone. Like, you might not be telling a lot of people that you do this to begin with. And then you end up losing money. Then you're taking out loans. And it can just spiral out of control very quickly. And, again, you're going through this alone. So, that's why gambling problems can often escalate quietly before becoming visible. Number 22, sports betting can disproportionately harm lower income individuals due to higher financial impact. And it is true too, lower income individuals are more likely to gamble and take chances because, doing everything they can to try and better their situation. And so it's just very predatory, these sports betting platforms, when you really think about it. Number 23, advertising often frames betting as skill-based, even though chance still dominates outcomes. Number 24, jurisdictions with stricter ad limits tend to report lower rates of gambling harm, which is why I do support regulation of this stuff. In my opinion, I think it needs to be highly regulated, because without regulation, you're just going to have more and more people that, get hooked on this sports betting, and it's going to spiral out of control because of the amount of, just advertising, and it's bad. It's bad. Number 25, public health experts increasingly view sports betting advertising as a population level risk factor, not just an individual choice issue. And it is true. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the individual's choice as to whether they get into sports betting or not. But when you're constantly bombarded with advertisements trying to get you to do it, to me, that's a problem. To me, that's unethical. It's immoral. It's wrong. And, that's just my view on it. But anyway, that's about it. 25 facts about sports betting. I hope that you don't ever get into sports betting at all. Stay as far away from this stuff as possible. And that's about it for this video. I do thank you all for watching, and really hope that you stay tuned for more videos.